The second resource we're going to take a look at that allows you to create online graphic organizers is an app called Creately. I'm going to click on it right here. Creately takes you to the Creately website. When you click with an app through Google, it's going to ask you to verify with your account. I'm going to sign in using my school Google account. That'll automatically create an account in Creately for me. Now, one of the things you're going to notice in Creately is a premium service. They sell different levels of plans that you can use. By creating your Google one, you're getting their basic plan. Their basic free plan has some different limitations. One of these things is this little pop-up. Every time you open your document, it's going to ask you if you would like to look at the pricing plans and subscribe. I'm going to click Remind Me later. But that's one of the things you're going to have to keep in mind if you're going to use this tool. That thing will pop up and you're going to have to turn it off. Now, looking at Creately, you're going to see a screen that's very similar to Lucidchart. This area looks a lot like the My Documents section of your computer you're probably used to over the years. It looks very much like the Lucidchart one. Now, if I look over on the left, it gives me some different ways to sort through my projects. I can also create project folders to store things. At the top right, I have the New Document button, which allows me to create something from scratch. At the bottom gives me the Open Document area where I can create new, or I can open things that I've already created. Across the bottom, you're going to see some different options. Once you start collecting documents, you would select them, and then you can delete them, rename them, move them, or create a copy of them. So I'm going to create a copy of this one. And you can see this is exactly how it works. Is now you can click between the two and select the one you want to work on. Now I'm going to start with the Open Document function. When I do that, it's going to open up. I'm going to see My Organizer. I'm going to see across the top more of an icon look at some of the tools we're probably used to seeing in many different programs. Copy and paste, undo, redo, some basic text and picture and filling functions. Along the right hand side, there are some different tools that deal with kind of like the project itself and how you're going to work with it. You can get help. You can publish your project. When you publish it, it gives you some different choices. You can embed it in a web page, embed it in Google Sites, or get some wiki codes. If I click Share, it's going to give me a share feature, a lot like in Google. I can choose who I want to invite, send them an email. I can get a link that either allows people to edit it or just view it. I have a commenting feature where I can add comments here, much like in the other tools we've used. There's a notes section, so you can type in notes to yourself or notes to your collaborators about what you're trying to do. And then there's properties, which will kind of give you some basic information about this project. And you can kind of go in here and edit this and make some changes. Now, one of the things to keep in mind with all of the Creately tools is you're kind of limited by your package. Since we have the free package, we might not be able to share this with as many people. So that's kind of one of the things I kind of like Lucidchart a little better for, because you do not have to purchase anything to get kind of their better level of service. Now across the top right, you can see there's a share button. If you click share, it kind of shortcut to the other share button we just looked at. And we can import different things. We can import templates and other Creately files and images here. And I can export this Creately file as a PDF. I can send it as a diagram in an email. I can export it as an image. So that's one of those cool things. You could use this and export this as a picture to be used in another program, including Google Docs. With these features, it might make this tool useful as a creation tool to create things you're going to use in other programs, even if you're limited by the number of things you can share with it. Along the left, you're going to see some different tablets over here. You can see some different areas that you can scroll through. The first one was basic shapes. I have arrows, I have block shapes, I have stars and balloons, and each of those menus you can kind of scroll through. When you like something, you just grab it and drag it over. As an object comes in, you can stretch it out. What's cool about this, I do like their feature with your images, is you automatically have the ability to edit the text, add linking on connectors. You can change the order or the layering, so this star is now in the front. I can very easily send it to the back so that's behind other objects when I bring them in, so that's kind of nice. And then there's the ability to link the diagram to a website. So this is a very easy to use tool. Down here under the Get More Objects area, you can choose which kind of palettes you would like to have available. I can click Education, Electronic, and if I want flow diagrams, I can click Load. And they will load over here and just gives me some new things I can choose from. So these education objects gives me a bunch of different pictures I can draw from to create my organizer and hopefully make it a little bit more appealing. Now if I'm done with my organizer, I don't have to worry about saving it because it automatically saves. If I come up here to the exit button, it's going to tell me we're going to go back to the Creately website. You just want to warn me that my change is being saved, and I click Let's Go. Now, one of the things Creately does is every time you exit, it takes you to their subscription page because they want you to buy it. The first time I came here, it took me a couple minutes to figure out how to get back. If you click on Creately and click on Application, it will take you back to the actual program itself. And again, there's the pop-up trying to get you to buy this. Creately, it's a great tool. It allows you to do a lot of different things that Lucidchart can do, but Docs cannot. But again, you're going to have to balance the perks of this program with the fact that you're going to be kind of pestered to subscribe. Now that I'm back in the My Project Home section of Creately, I can click on the New Document in order to create a brand new document. So I'm going to click a new one. And what's kind of cool is it will prompt you through some questions to figure out what you want to do. So what kind of thing do I want to draw? And it gives me a big list of different possible diagrams. I have different charts, maps, diagrams, all sorts of stuff. I'm going to just go with a mind map. Now, when I pick that mind map, I can either go with a blank diagram, or I can click a template and see what kind of mind maps they offer. So they have quite a few different ones that are templates that I can use. I can filter through and search. I can click on popular and get just the most popular ones. I can click on all to see all of them, or I can click on my, which will it'll create a library of templates that I've used as I've gotten started. So I'm just going to go back to template. I'm just going to pick one of those. Maybe this mind map looks kind of good. So I'm going to click that and click use. Now there's that mind map I'm going to use. If I decide later I want to change that, I can click this X and it will remove this and give you the choice to either pick a new one or go with the blank one. What am I going to name this? I'm going to name this Test Mind Map. A creative name. You can describe it. So if this was for a specific project, it's going to kind of have this in the searchable community area, so you can kind of title this so it's a little bit easier to find. I'm just going to make that up since I didn't really come up with an idea for this. Now it gives me some basic tags that I can add to. If I wanted to put my name on it, I could. You have this choice to share it with the community. It defaults to share it. If I click off, it will unshare it. Now, since I don't have a plan with Creately, they make me have my stuff shared with the community, so I cannot make things private. So if I create a document, it's going to create this template, and I can see this just for web. I can come in here and I can start typing and add whatever I want. I can still move things. I can click on different parts and customize it. But that's how you get started. Once you get going from there, you can click anywhere to type. You can start adding objects just by going to the area you want and dragging them over. And it's very much like the other tools we've looked at, but this is Creately at a glance, and it's something that might prove useful to you.